Hello, and welcome back, everybody, to Broken News. My name is John Schwalski, or at least that's what I started telling people once I crawled away from home at the age of 2. I've made it on my own now, and here's a Jonologue for you. Psst, it's a Jonologue. The director of the CDC has just announced that trick-or-treating is safe for kids this Halloween, as long as it's done outside, and I quote, "If you're able to do it outside, absolutely," which is my theory on lovemaking. This is terrible news for indoor mall trick-or-treating, folks. A last-ditch effort to save malls throughout America, of which an estimated quarter of 1,211 malls are expected to be closed by 2022. Despite not caring about American mall infrastructure, the CDC announcement, however, is good news, as it follows Pfizer's intention to file a request for an emergency use authorization for its vaccination in children ages 5 to 11. We did it, folks. We saved Halloween. Or more accurately, the future generation. Research has shown yet again that the greatest threat to children on Halloween isn't COVID-19, as many social media outlets would have you believe. It's actually getting handed weed when trick-or-treating. And boy, folks, edibles are fun. Of course, in moderation, because when not in moderation, folks, can attest, things can get a little weird. And your children don't need to see or experience some of those things right now. Okay? Whatever happened to simpler times, folks, where all you had to worry about when you were trick-or-treating was apples with razor blades in them, and, well, us not knowing enough about allergies, so some kids didn't make it back to school on Monday. Now kids have to worry about brownies that are laced with Mary Janes. So, for any concerned parents out there worried about whether their little monsters are showing signs of marijuana addiction, we at BNN have been kind enough to compile a list of early symptoms for you, so listen closely. Excessive candy binging, otherwise known as the munchies. Enya and the Grateful Dead have made appearances in their Spotify and Apple Music playlists. Drug rugs have all of a sudden become the fashion craze. Your kid now owns a mini torch and is collecting glassware items. They start shopping at Spencer's Gifts, of course. They start having acute paranoia about whether their heart is beating too fast. I always do a simple test here, folks. Yep, that's about where I like to be. Your 5 to 11-year-olds might also have short-term memory loss. They'll think they have the ability to pull off a fish t-shirt, but they're far too young. They might have acute paranoia about whether today is yesterday or yesterday today. They might also have short-term memory loss. And lastly, your child will be acting a whole hell of a lot like Matthew McConaughey in the classic Dazed and Confused, most assuredly because they will be simply both. In related, befuddling, disorienting, and discombobulating news that you only can get here at Broken News Network, check this shit out. It's hard to tell which one is the before and which one's the after, but these two guys are the same man. I don't know if it was Fred's intent, but he ended up kind of like growing into some sort of Reese Darby from Flight of the Conchords mixed with Hulk Hogan after a kilo of cocaine type of thing. I don't even know is that a person anymore? I don't know. I'm not wrong, folks. But I am a fan. Brother. You know, Fred Durst, right? A guy named Fred, right? I always thought he was one of those weirdo white dudes that embraced male pattern baldness with aplomb. Nice and easy, and early, lending the soul patch to fill a hairless gap. Turns out he just thought it looked fucking sick, man. Maybe it's a midlife crisis. Maybe it's Maybelline.